What if two legends, one who snapped chains for fun and one who re-engineered modern training, pointed to the same strength secret? Today we're putting Alexander Zass's chain pull isometrics up against Bruce Lee's 8-position isometric routine to find out which method gives you more strength in less time. Spoiler alert, the answer is not what you think. Most people think lift more weight, get more strength. Reality? You can get brutally strong without moving at all. Zass built tendon power yanking on immovable chains. Bruce locked in fixed positions and drove maximal force for seconds at a time. We'll judge both by time, equipment, carryover to the sport, injury risk, and how fast you feel results. And by the way, you'll probably want to stick to the end because there's going to be a 10-minute field test that you can run this week. Zass, early 1900s strongman, made a career bending bars and breaking chains. He swore by chain isometrics and odd angle pulling to harden tendons and link the whole body into one piece. Bruce Lee chased efficiency, short, all-out overcoming isometrics at specific joint angles, often with racks or devices held for 6 to 12 seconds. Same principle, different flavors. Zass's method, pull or push against chains, straps, or door frames, by the way, it wasn't just chains, from chest high, overhead, and split stance angles, 6 to 10 seconds of max intent, 3 to 5 efforts per angle, were very effective. Bruce Lee, borrowing from Bob Hoffman's 8 positions, or Bob Hoffman's Super 8 workout program, focused on fixed bar holds at targeted joint angles, press, row, pull, squat, calf raises, movements we all know in modern lifting, 6 to 12 seconds each, usually 2 to 3 efforts on average. Zass prioritized tendons and whole frame linkage, odd angles, crushing grip, global brace. Bruce's approach prioritized neural drive and joint angle specificity, perfect for sticking points and sport exact force. Here's our head-to-head scorecard. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Which method is gonna win for you? Let's break it down. Equipment. We have dumbbell, chain, and bar. Zass focused on chains, straps, or any fixed object. Bruce focused on rack pins or the Exergenie. Verdict? It's a tie. Time cost? This is overcoming isometrics, and it took about the same time. It took Zass about 10 to 15 minutes, Bruce about 10 to 15 minutes. Verdict, it's a tie. Carryover. Does it carry over to what they are using the training for? Zass used it for odd angle strength and grip. Bruce used it for sticking point power. The verdict, it really depends on what you're training for. Number 4, for injury risk, interestingly enough, both were low. With Zass, you had to watch the levers, but with Bruce, it was standardized. So we're gonna have to give the edge to Bruce. Reason being is that we simply use the protocol for any normal movement, squat, shoulder press, row, bracing the core, keeping the back flat, and simply apply it to its overcoming isometric equivalent, and that's gonna be a lot easier to transition to versus Zass's odd angle pulls, even though, again, the risk of injuring yourself was also fairly low. Then there's the fun factor. Zass has primal chain yanks, and Bruce has crisp pin drives. And as fun as working on an iso chain is, I gotta give it to Zass. Like, nothing feels more freaking primal than just pulling with everything you got on a heavy metal chain. Just makes you look like a complete badass. So the winner, you gotta be kidding me, it's a tie. I know. I also hate hearing it depends, but it really does depend on what you're training for. If we want an example, we're not gonna have a swimmer benching 405. That's not optimal for him. And we're not gonna have a rock climber prepping for his next climb with his friends by doing a Tour de France. Does that make sense? Same concept here. You don't have to choose, actually. Zass toughens the cables that transmit force. Bruce teaches your nervous system to fire at the exact angles you need. Stack them together and you get the best of both. Steel cables plus laser timing. Here's a 10-minute test so that you can feel the difference. You'll have Zass's chest-high chain pull, 3 sets of 10 seconds with 20-second rest in between. Bruce's first position shoulder press versus the pins, 3 sets of 8 to 10 seconds. Zass's split stance row, 3 sets of 10 seconds per side. Bruce's high row, 3 sets of 8 to 10 seconds. Then a calf finisher with a door frame drive of 4 sets of 10 seconds. My personal take, grapplers, strongmen, and manual laborers, go Zass heavy, 60-40. Lifters, stuck at a sticking point, strikers, and sprinters, go Bruce Lee heavy, 60-40. If you're completely new to isometrics, I would just recommend alternating days. Monday Zass, Wednesday Bruce Lee, Friday a mix of the two. Even though we're talking about two legends, it's still one principle, overcoming isometrics. Push harder than the world pushes back at you, even if nothing moves. The 10-minute field test PDF is linked below. Comment change chains if you're Team Zass, rack if you're Team Bruce Lee, and tell us in the comments below what chains after 7 days. And if you'd like to learn more about Bruce Lee or Alexander Zass, check out these links here, and we'll see you there.